Imagine losing everything you've worked for in a single afternoon. Your entire fortune, your future, all gone in a flash. That's exactly what happened to a merchant named Zeno. Around 300 BC, he was on a ship, sailing with a priceless cargo of rare purple dye, when a violent storm hit. The ship went down, his goods sank to the bottom of the Mediterranean, and he washed ashore in Athens, with nothing but the clothes on his back. For most people, this would be the end. A moment of complete despair. But for Zeno, it was a beginning. Instead of wallowing in his loss, he wandered into the city and found a bookshop. What he discovered inside didn't just change his life. It laid the foundation for one of the most powerful mental operating systems ever created: Stoicism. This is the story of how a total disaster gave birth to a philosophy that has guided leaders, artists, and thinkers for over 2,000 years. Zeno of Citium wasn't born a philosopher, he was a businessman. But after his shipwreck, he began studying with the great thinkers of Athens. He was particularly inspired by Socrates, who believed that philosophy should be about how to live a good life. But Zeno didn't want to lock philosophy away in an exclusive academy. He believed it was for everyone. So, he began teaching in the heart of the city. In a public marketplace, on a painted porch, known as the Stoa. That's where the name Stoicism comes from, the philosophy of the porch, accessible to anyone who wanted to listen. He took the best ideas from earlier schools, like the Cynics, who rejected material possessions, and blended them into a practical, real-world guide to living. His central idea was revolutionary. What matters isn't your comfort, but your character. So, what did Zeno actually teach on that porch? His philosophy can be broken down into three powerful pillars. The first, and most famous, is the dichotomy of control. It's simple. Some things are up to us, and some things are not. You can't control the weather, the economy, or what other people think of you. But you can always control your own thoughts, your judgments, and your actions. This is where your true power lies. Fretting about things outside your control is a waste of energy. Focusing on what you can control is the path to tranquility. The second pillar is that virtue is the only good. Stoics believe that things like wealth, health, and reputation aren't truly good or bad. They call them preferred indifference. It's nice to have them, but they don't define your happiness or your worth as a person. True, lasting happiness comes from only one place: living a life of virtue. And for the Stoics, that meant cultivating the four cardinal virtues: wisdom, to know what is right; justice, to treat others fairly; courage, to face challenges bravely; and temperance, to practice self-control. Your character is the one thing no one can ever take from you. The third pillar is amor fati, which is Latin for a love of fate. This isn't about passively accepting whatever happens to you. It's about actively embracing it. The Stoics believed that every event, no matter how difficult, is an opportunity. A challenge to practice virtue, a chance to grow stronger. Your boss is unfair, an opportunity to practice patience and justice. You face a health issue, an opportunity to practice courage. Loving your fate means seeing every obstacle not as a roadblock, but as fuel. You don't just tolerate what happens. You welcome it, knowing it's making you better. Zeno's ideas were so powerful that they attracted some of the most famous figures in history. His philosophy wasn't just for academics. It was a practical tool for living. Think of the three great Roman Stoics. There was Seneca, one of the wealthiest men in Rome, and an advisor to the emperor, who wrote about dealing with anger and the shortness of life. There was Epictetus, who was born a slave. His body was owned by another man, but he realized his mind was completely free. He became one of the most respected teachers of his time. And then there was Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in the world, the emperor of Rome. Every morning he would write in his private journal, now known as Meditations, reminding himself to be humble, just, and resilient in the face of immense pressure. A slave, a statesman, and an emperor all found strength in the same core principles. Stoicism isn't about being emotionless or having a heart of stone. That's a common misconception. It's about developing an armor-plated mind, one that can withstand the inevitable chaos of life without breaking. It's about finding a sense of calm and purpose, no matter what the world throws at you. Zeno's shipwreck wasn't the end of his story. It was the redirection he needed to find his true calling. His loss became the world's gain. So today, take a moment to reflect. What is a shipwreck in your own life? A failure, a setback, a loss? Instead of seeing it as a disaster, ask yourself, how can you use it as the foundation to build something stronger, something wiser? Thanks for watching. If you found this valuable, consider subscribing for more journeys into the world's greatest ideas.